everyone, it's James from Fit RV, and today I'm going to bring you sort of a review of the Dirt Devil CV1500 all-in-one central vacuum system for RVs, which I've installed here in number one. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, oh, central vac, isn't that kind of overkill for a 23-foot RV? Because we're basically kind of a van here. And yes, it is overkill, but so is my OCD. And we travel with a cat, Mel, and if you've ever put yourself in a 20-foot box with a cat, like after a couple days, the cat hairs will start to get to you. Like, when you start finding cat hair in your cereal, you know you've got to do something about it. So I did a search and I found this. Now, it's a HEPA vacuum. It's got 1,400 watts of input power, 2/3 of a horsepower of air watts or output power, 100 cubic feet a minute. I thought, yeah, that seems like it'll do the job, right? Now, even though we are Camping World partners, I actually just went to Camping World and bought this thing, paid full price, no hookups involved whatsoever. See, we had a few week trip coming up with Mel the cat, and I had to have it. And so Camping World didn't know. Now, who else didn't know was Steph. And so here's a tip, free tip. If you're going to do RV mods that involve cutting holes in your RV and installing appliances, maybe consult with your partner first. I did not, and I'm going to be hearing about this for probably the next 20 years or so. But in my defense, I thought it would be cool. Like, hey, look, cool, vacuum. No. If you ever wondered why there's all those jokes and memes about the guy that buys his wife a vacuum cleaner for a present, they're true. It really works out that way, so learn from my mistakes. Anyway, I got the thing installed, and we used it on our 3+ week trip with Mel the cat, and it worked great. It kept the cat hair in check, and it didn't take up much storage space, so all in all, I was pretty pleased with it. So let me show you what it takes to install this thing. Now, the install itself wasn't too bad. I give it maybe a 4 or maybe 5 stars out of 10 for difficulty rating. And that entirely has to do with your RV and where you want to install it. You could install it really easy, or you could make it difficult on yourself. And I kind of went about halfway between the two. Now, the most obvious part of the install is going to be cutting the square hole for this inside vacuum port, right? And that's the part you're going to see. So you're going to want to be a little bit neat about it so you don't just gunk up your whole cabinet or wherever you install it. Now, I installed it using an oscillating saw, and I just kind of punched through right there. But there are any number of techniques you could use depending on what your RV calls for. Now, once you have the hole cut, there's a piece that goes on the outside, and then you just install the inside cover with 4 little screws here, and then you're kind of done inside the rig at that point. All right, now to installing this central vacuum box. This is actually probably the most difficult part of the whole install. The box is about 6 inches by 7 inches by 14.5 inches. So that's kind of what you got to make room for. And it can be mounted in an out-of-the-way place. That's the benefit of the central vacuum, right? So here we've got it mounted in this exterior storage cabinet that is right underneath our galley and the hole we made on the inside. Now, they've got mounting tabs that are all over this thing that make it pretty easy to find a way to mount it. You can mount it horizontally, vertically. It kind of doesn't care about that. But there are a couple things you need to plan out for your install. You'll need room to be able to remove this cover and change the bag, obviously, right? So that's one consideration. The other one is you've got to be able to route this hose from the port on the vacuum to the inside of the port where you've got the port on the inside. And then for us, I decided to mount it on a ceiling. So I made use of some unused vertical space. You can see here I've got it over our black stone griddle, and then our patio rug just kind of goes in here as well, and it's not really taking up any room that we were using anyway, so this works out for us. Once you've got the main vacuum part installed, the rest of hooking it up is actually pretty easy. Now, I did mention it needs power. It's an AC device, uses 1,400 watts. So you'll need a 15 amp AC outlet to plug it into. And in order to run it, you're actually going to need shore power or a generator, or like we do here with a decent sized inverter. Now, I just plugged ours into the same 20 amp receptacle that powers our induction cooktop. So I know we had plenty of power. And bonus, I put our induction cooktop on a switch. So I have a switch that I know the vacuum won't turn on unless the switch is on. Now, once you've got that power worked out, there's another wire that you need to route, this little 2-conductor wire. And this is what runs between the port here on the inside and then the vacuum box on the outside that lets the vacuum know to turn on when you lift up the cover. And I can actually show that. Just like that. And then the other thing you'll need to do is use this kind of hose, which is a gray sort of hose, that runs from the vacuum box to the inside of that same outlet port. And then once you've done that, it's installed and ready to go. Now, the CV1500 comes with quite a few attachments, and it doesn't come with one attachment that was kind of key for us that I had to buy separately. We'll get to that one. But it comes with a lot of attachments, and since we have a small RV, some of these make sense for us and we travel with them, and some of them stay at home. But they might make sense for you depending on your situation. Like one of the ones that stays at home is this long wand. And I have to admit, it's pretty ingenious, this wand. It locks in any number of positions. But, let's be honest, it is really a small RV, and, moving around like a regular vacuum just didn't feel like it was in the cards. So we leave this one at home. It also comes with this kind of a hardwood floor attachment sort of thing. It does have a brush that you can pop in and out. But again, small RV, it didn't really seem like this was a good fit for us. It comes with a package of 3 bags. And as I mentioned, these are HEPA filter bags. So important for pet owners, I guess. And it filters things down to like 0.3 microns. Yes, 0.3 microns. It says right there on the bag. And it comes with 3. Now, the things that we do travel with. It comes with this hose, which expands to 35 feet, which is technically longer than our RV by quite a bit. It also comes with this crevice tool, which is kind of a standard vacuum accessory. Comes with a round brush, another sort of standard vacuum accessory, and this upholstery tool, which we travel with. It also, conveniently, comes with this little mesh bag for carrying your accessories. Now, the one thing it didn't come with that I purchased separately is this guy, the Rug Rat. Now, what this is basically, it's like a carpet tool. It's got like a little beater brush in there, but the thing about this is this beater brush is just powered by the suction from the main vacuum. And this thing has plenty of suction, so this is something, we have sort of a textured floor here in this RV. It's got like a weave to it, and there's stuff can get down and trapped in it. So I thought a beater brush would be helpful. So I bought this attachment, but it doesn't come with it. You will have to pay extra for it. So how do we like it? Well, I'll be honest, I've been waiting the entire video for this part because this is one time when I can say this thing sucks. And that's actually a really good thing. It is extremely powerful for an RV vacuum, especially compared to the handheld Dyson that we used in our previous RV, Lance. This thing sucks that thing right out of the water and then could probably suck up the water, but it's not a wet, dry vac, so please don't use it to suck up water. Anyway, it's so powerful, it can actually, like, if you're using the brush tool, it can actually start to suck the hairs in from the brush tool. So you got to kind of mind yourself when you're using that. It's that strong. Even the beater attachment, like on the rug or something, or carpet floor mat, I can't bog the thing down. And it's also powered off the suction. It's fantastic. Even when I am at home and I have access to my shop vac and I could use that to vacuum out the RV, I find myself going for this thing now because it's frankly stronger. So 2 thumbs way up on the suction aspect of the vacuum. Now, noise. I'm not gonna kid you. It's a vacuum. It sounds like a vacuum. It can tend to be kind of loud. It helps that we've got it mounted in an exterior cabinet, which I think most people would do, and that cuts down on the noise quite a bit, especially when you compare it to an actual vacuum that you brought inside and was using. It's going to be quieter than that, but it is still a vacuum. It will make vacuum noises. One thing that's interesting, though, is this attachment, this rug attachment, which I paid extra for, is actually the loudest part of the whole thing. When we're using this is responsible for probably like 70-80% of the noise. So that's the noise. Now, the long hose, which I initially thought might be a bit of a negative, and I was thinking about maybe cutting the hose down. Now, I actually kind of consider that a positive because, okay, yeah, it easily reaches everything in the RV without even stretching very much, but I can take the hose outside and I can use it to vacuum exterior storage cabinets. I can use it to vacuum floor mats or vacuum the footwells just by taking it outside and running it around. So that length is actually a bonus because I can reach parts of the RV that I might not otherwise be able to. And storage. The storage for this thing is minimal. We've got the hose and the attachments, which they store in a compartment that's maybe like 4 inches deep in our dinette under the seat and above the batteries. Fits right there, coils up, stores in there just fine. And as I mentioned outside, that central vacuum unit, there are a lot of options to mount it, so you can probably find some place to mount it where it's not going to take up any space like we did. It was just mounted vertically, up in the air in space we weren't using anyway. So, the final verdict on the Dirt Devil CV1500 all-in-one central vacuum system. James gives it 2 thumbs up, way up. Steph is giving me very annoyed looks from behind the camera, but she can't talk right now. But I think even she would appreciate the lack of airborne cat hair and the HEPA filtration. And Mel the cat, well, he just hates this thing because, let's be honest, he's a cat, it's a vacuum. He's never going to like it. Anyway, that's it. And that's the CV1500 RV central vacuum system. Hope you found this useful. We'll see you later. Bye.